How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Clanker Spanker, a Star Wars podcast that has been created by myself, Josh, from youtube.com/ADamandalorianJedi, and
Andre021, aka Andre. Go ahead, Josh, please.
And today we have a very, very special guest, and that is none other than Julius, better known here on YouTube as ALittleBitLifeSize. Why don't you go ahead and say hello, Julius?
What's up, guys?
Yes, today Julius has agreed to join us, and we're going to be asking him some questions, and he will participate as we briefly talk about some of the latest stuff going on in the Star Wars The Clone Wars saga, and hopefully by the end of today's episode, we will all get to know Julius a little bit better. We do have a couple questions we have laid out, or actually several questions that we're going to be asking Julius, but before we begin with those, we're actually, Julius, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Julius, obviously, and I'm your fellow Star Wars action figure collector and reviewer here on YouTube, known by the name as ALittleBitLifeSize.
Alright. Alright, So Julius, for those of you that aren't familiar with his channel, Julius, why don't you go out and tell them what kind of videos you do?
I make reviews of Star Wars action figures and G.I. Joe action figures as well. I also do haul videos. I'm starting to do stop motions, a little bit of stop motions, and I also do eBay unboxing videos. And I believe that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And Julius, you forgot to say about daily SC collecting. You are also
Andre, that's kind of going to tie into our first question, so we can talk about that in a sec after we ask him this first question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Alright, so we do have some questions for Julius, like we said, and I'll go ahead and read question one, and Andre and I will alternate on and off, asking Julius the questions. The first question is, Julius, you joined YouTube in June of this year, I believe, and initially, like you just said, you started making Star Wars The Clone Wars and vintage collection figure reviews. You've done some Clone Wars episode reviews, some haul videos, and now as you've continued making videos on YouTube, you have become a part of Daily Star Wars Collecting. For those who don't know, Daily Star Wars Collecting is a Star Wars collector collaboration channel. Currently, there are 13 contributing members aside from yourself. Andre is actually also a member, and each week, Josh, the founder of Daily Star Wars Collecting, not myself, a different Josh, gives you guys a Star Wars related topic, and you make a video about that topic on your specifically assigned day during the week. So our question, after all that gibberish, is what or who inspired you to start making videos of your own? What type of videos do you enjoy making most? And what has it been like participating in Daily Star Wars Collecting?
Well, pretty much all the reviews and collectors here on YouTube has obviously inspired me to start making videos and reviews. But as one of the very quiet students in school and just in general, like in front of the audience, I wanted to do something about that. So I wanted to build up my confidence and raise up my voice. Since I was going to middle school, I knew I was going to meet a lot of people. And it was the best and funnest way to do it. And it paid off. I used to be known as that short, quiet kid, but now I'm known as that short kid who is amazingly awesome at doing presentations. So you could say it's pretty cool. And I really love doing the reviews, just because that pretty much started off my channel here, and I just like sharing my thoughts to my audience right after I discovered something, so it's my favorite videos to make. Other than that, I love doing eBay unboxing videos. I like to show people my reaction when I get something in the mail, because I rarely get anything in the mail. And Daily SW is great. It's a great opportunity to meet other collectors and hear their thoughts on the hottest things going on in the Star Wars news. You also meet very amazing collectors and reviewers.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's been fun. I don't participate in Daily Star Wars Collecting, but it's just been fun to get everybody's feedback, and there's just such a diverse interest among the collectors that are participating in Daily Star Wars Collecting. It's just overall really just fun to hear everybody's thoughts. Yeah. So, Andre, you want to go ahead and read the next question?
Yes. So, how did you first discover Star Wars? And what is your most valuable item in your collection?
I first discovered Star Wars when my cousins got the DVD release of the trilogies, I believe, and we would have a movie marathon. And although I wasn't hooked on the movie right away, throughout the years, I've just really wanted to learn more and know more about it. And my most valued item in my collection isn't the most valuable thing to most people. Heck, it's not even that valuable at all, but it's kind of a bundle of figures. It was the episode 1, Darth Maul and Jedi Duel, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Tatooine Luke Skywalker. Oh, Tatooine Anakin Skywalker. My cousins gave them to me for my birthday, like quite a while back, and I guess I opened one of them, and I was just so fascinated by it. Even though I knew it was an old figure, I was still pretty fascinated by it. And without those figures, I wouldn't be fascinated by action figures, and I wouldn't be collecting. I wouldn't have a YouTube. I wouldn't even be here right now. So, I mean, I pretty much cherish a lot of those figures, although they're not that valuable.
Julius, what's your favorite Star Wars character? And what is your favorite characters of the character? What makes you like them so much?
As being a huge fan of the trilogies, I really love the trilogy characters. So my favorite has got to be Lando Calrissian, just because, I don't know, something about it. Probably the actor, Billy D. Williams, the way he portrayed Lando is just really cool. And I don't know, maybe the mustache, but maybe the striking similarity he has to my dad. But yeah, he's just that, cool guy. You think he's like really like an important character, but like actually he's like really betrayed the Han and Leia and all those guys. But yeah, I mean, something about him, it just really has a striking resemblance to my dad. And I don't know, other than him, I really like Yoda. He's like the Confucius of Star Wars. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I
have to meet your dad then. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say Lando. I never hear Lando. People are always, running off their list of favorite Star Wars characters, and you very rarely hear Lando. And Lando is definitely one of my favorite characters. He's not my favorite, but definitely he's up there. And like you said, Billy D. Williams did a fantastic job of portraying Lando as we saw him in the original trilogy. And yeah, he really was a phenomenal character.
Yes, definitely. Like most of the people are like, and Soul is my favorite. That's nice to hear that someone favorite character from Star Wars is different than the others. That's what makes the personality of the person to a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Go ahead, John.
All right, so we do have another question here, and it is. The question number 3, it says, around the world, people are bullied for various things. Are there kids at your school that mistreat you because of any particular hobby of yours?
The only thing that bullied me about was my height, but no bully really knows a lot about me, so they can't really, talk about much of me. Only my close friends know a lot about me, and they're usually the ones who pick on me. But it's like the playful joking around, picking on, so it's not too severe.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if they don't know, what you're doing, they're not really going to be able to, pick on you. All right, so what about your family? Are they understanding of your collecting, or do they think you are crazy, so to speak?
Yeah, my parents are pretty understanding, but my cousins, man, it just goes downhill from there. Most don't really care, but like particularly like some of them really put a hard time on me. Like my sister, she has this thing where she pretty much promotes me in front of my cousins and just shows some embarrassing videos of mine. So yeah, I've had that same problem with my family, just like my mom, like sharing my YouTube account like through our entire family, and I'm like, no. But I mean, I think it's hard because my mom, when she does share that, she says, why do you have a problem with that? I would think you would enjoy sharing that with other people. Yeah. And you should be able to, honestly, be able to share it with other people. But unfortunately, there are people that judge you and stereotype you because of the certain things that you do, which makes you more inclined to not want to share your different hobbies with them and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
All right.
So let's go to the 4th question. For those of us that don't know, do you prefer the Star Wars, the Clone Wars TV show, or the films, or vice versa?
Well, that's a pretty hard decision. The Clone Wars is a very awesome show. I mean, especially for the younger audiences. But the trilogies being the very awesome movies, it's kind of vice versa-ish. But I know the Clone Wars kind of makes up for the Attack of the Clones movie, in my opinion, because I didn't really like the Attack of the Clones movie, although I do love the Clone Wars movie. It's a great show. And it's kind of vice versa. Well, with the trilogies, it's kind of vice versa.
Right.
And what makes you inclined to collect one line over the other? What makes you want to collect one line over the other?
Because if I just want realism in my collection, if I want like amazing figures that blow people away, I decide to go to the vintage collection or the realistic line of figures, just because although they are quite expensive, they're like where I'm at, they're $1 expensiver than the Saga Legends and Clone Wars, but they're really great figures. They're really well made, and most of them really blow you away. But if you because like the Clone Wars line, they're just pretty much based on the CGI animated models used in the show, and there's not really too much detail with the wrinkles on those guys, so it's pretty decent.
Basic.
Yeah, but I kind of started off collecting with the Clone Wars. I haven't really actually noticed the realistic line of figures. I did notice the Saga Legend, but I don't know why I haven't even noticed the vintage collection until like later on in my collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's I really like the vintage collection. It's just something about it, the packaging and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like that as well. And I actually started collecting Clone Wars just back about now. I think it was about a year and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And I started out Clone Wars. And as I slowly progressed, I started to realize that the Clone Wars was a far less superior line than the Vintage Collection. And nowadays, I'll take Vintage Collection over Clone Wars any day. So.
Yeah, because nowadays, I only collect the Vintage Collection now. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, the Clone Wars line is definitely picking up. But it's slow. It is, I mean, it has its moments. Sometimes it's deteriorating, and sometimes it's improving. It's really depends on the time of year, but Clone Wars line, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does have its moments.
Yeah.
I also collect more from the Clone Wars. I collect more the clones than the other figures because I'm sorry. From the normal clone troopers, I have like 10 normal clone troopers from like episode 2 and episode 3. I'm sorry. From the Clone Wars, I have a ton of them, so it's better way to collect the clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please go ahead, Josh.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think. Yep. All right. So on to question number 5. What can all of your subscribers expect to see on your channel in the near future? Do you have anything special planned?
Just expect more videos, more action figure reviews. And I am having something special planned. I'm having like a holiday special, Snake Eyes versus Boba Fett, stop motion. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually going to start it off today.
Has your poll finished? Have you decided who you think is going to win?
Yeah.
Or have you?
Yeah.
That's definitely a tough question, but
don't spoil it, because that's the surprise.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Andre, why don't you go ahead and ask him the next question?
So, Julius, what's your first collecting memory? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. My first collecting memory was when I get like, Lego, Star Wars Legos as like Christmas gifts, because I pretty much started off collecting Star Wars with Legos, and then later on, I absolutely remember the action figure gifts I talked about earlier. Yeah, those are pretty much my very first collecting memories. And also from, I'd go around, like in garage sales, I'd go around and I, pretty much look for action figures.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's not, is done the question?
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely actually when I was younger, I would get a lot of Star Wars Legos
Yeah.
for, just birthdays, Christmas, stuff like that, and I would love to still buy some of them Legos, but they are so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're not over the top expensive, but to collect figures and Legos, that's a bit much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's one figure from Star Wars, the Clone Wars or a vintage collection. You can, when you buy a Lego, you must pay like the double to get a nice set.
I know. I mean, just to get a good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just to get a good set, you're literally paying $35 to $50 to get a good set with good minifigures and a good vehicle. But
that's true. That's here in Germany is like to get a good set is also 30 euros, 25, and still on some stores to go over $60 euros.
Yeah, like the Millennium Falcon. I mean, that's, don't get me wrong, that's a really cool vehicle, but I think that here retails for like $130.
Yeah,
which is 170 euros.
Yeah,
that's a steal.
It's very expensive. Yeah.
And do you know the Star Wars Millennium Falcon that is a really big one? Not from the Lego.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I saw him on the store for 299 euros, almost 300 euros.
Oh man, come on! You didn't buy that?
What?
You didn't have that much money in your wallet?
No. I speak with the man of the store and I told, is this the real price or is this like a game or something? And, no, this is a real rare vehicle. And I said, man, that's like I can buy more things and 300 euros. Do you know that's
crazy? You could buy like 3 Star Wars on Blu-rays for that much money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's really a steal.
Yeah, that is quite crazy. I don't think they should be allowed to mark up a price just because a certain item is rare or not. I don't. Go ahead.
I also bought. I'm sorry. I bought on that store, the same store, that Comic Dash. You know that.
Yeah.
For 20 euros, that's like 2 figures.
Oh yeah.
But I paid so much because I thought this may be my last opportunity to get.
Yeah.
But only because of that, because that store is really expensive. A fig is 40 euros, and if I go to buy a vintage collection figure, I pay 10 euros. It's a really expensive store.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what do you think? Another question, George.
All right. Yes. The next question is, why do you collect Star Wars merchandise instead of other things? So, like, what makes you inclined to buy more Star Wars figures than G.I. Joe figures?
Just because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, I just managed to collect more items from Star Wars. I want to build up my Star Wars collection. But G.I. Joe, I gotta admit that they're pretty good and articulate figures. But I'm just not as big as a fan as I am with Star Wars with G.I. Joe. So I just managed to collect more Star Wars items. Yeah,
that's a good. So you're just overall a bigger fan of the Star Wars franchise compared to other franchises out there.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's a good answer. All right, Andre, you want to ask him the last question we have, and then we'll just talk about some of the other stuff going on around?
Yes. So, should collectors keep all this stuff in packaging or open them? What do you think?
Well, it depends whether the collection is like a kid or whether the collector is like an adult. Because Wampa Slayer 111, you know him, he doesn't really open a lot of his figures.
Yeah.
Other kid collectors, they manage to open all their figures because they want all the playability and all the play value with that figure. So it depends. I like to open up my figures, but if I want a figure carded, I kind of want to get a double because I just like to get all the playability and with my figures.
Right.
I like to review them.
Yeah, I would love to be able to have, or just to buy 2 of every figure to keep one in the packaging to keep one loose, but.
Yeah.
The money issue, I don't have enough money to do that, and overall I like keeping figures loose a little bit more than in the packaging, so that's why I open them up compared to keeping them in the packaging.
Josh,
yep.
Do you still have the what's the Mandalorian police guys?
Yes.
Like
yes.
the army?
Yeah.
How much do you have it for them?
I only have 3 of them.
3? I got the... I never saw one of them, so that's that. But I got the new clone troopers with the shield.
Oh,
you know that?
Yeah, those are... I want to get one of them.
Yeah.
I cannot find them anywhere.
I got 2 of them.
Dang. Nice.
So... now I know that you have it. Okay, no problem. Okay, I have 2 of them, but I guess one don't like to be on Germany. Yeah, so maybe gonna go make a trip. So anyway, Julius, what do you think about, or Josh, what do you think about the new Star Wars: The Clone Wars episode?
All right. Should we talk about the Umbrara episodes or the latest Slave or one or whatever?
Well, why not begin off for the 4th season for Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Okay.
Like overview. Don't
Okay.
need to talk.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Julius, you want to go ahead first, or you want me to go?
Oh no, you could go.
Okay, so season 4 of the Clone Wars. Well, it started out with the trilogy arc, I believe, of the Mon Cal episodes, where the Separatists invaded Mon Calamari, and I liked those episodes, but I feel like they were good episodes, but they really didn't seem to have that strong of a point, in my opinion. Like, I like Clone Wars episodes that have some relevance to the Star Wars films, so to speak. You know, in some, you don't really see even much character development in that arc. You know, even some of these other Clone Wars episodes, you see Anakin just sort of turning to the dark side. You get to see his character developing. Whereas in this Mon Cal episodes, or the Mon Cal episodes, you don't see much character development. It's cool action, but that's not really my thing. But overall, it wasn't a bad arc. It wasn't a great way to start off the season, but by no means a bad arc.
I agree with you, but I think that Star Wars the season 3 is a lot better. The opening episode,
yes.
You know,
Oh yeah.
That's definitely. When I saw that saw that episode, I was like, "Oh hell yeah! This is Star Wars."
That was amazing.
Really excited. This episode, like you told about, Josh, this is like at the first episode you are like expecting a fight, more history, you know.
Yeah.
But you just see Admiral Akbar, but he doesn't make anything much.
I know, he doesn't
you know?
do. It's cool seeing him, but he doesn't do a thing. He shoots a couple droids, and that's it. I know.
Yeah, he's like talking about with the prince, and you must do that. It's a trap. Like something like that. But nothing more, because if he's an admiral and on the Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi, he makes also nothing, but still is there.
I know.
We want to know more about him.
Yeah, I'd have liked to see a little bit more of. I would have liked to have seen maybe like
Admiral. So I don't like the opening.
You guys there?
Julius or Josh, one of you.
Right. Yep. So, and then as season 4 progressed, what episodes did we have after that? We had. Oh, what episode was that after that? We had. I'm trying to think. The Umbrara episodes were there, and then what other episodes were there out there that came after the trilogy, that Mon Cal trilogy?
The Mon Cal and do you know Julius?
I know the recent ones, but
I know what it was.
Like right after.
It was there were those like droid episodes that came after that. The R2-D2 and C-3PO episodes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
The one with Wolf.
No wonder I couldn't remember them. I hated those. I don't.
Yeah, I really. Like when C-3PO is really boring. That episode. I like to see Commander Wolf on this second or the final phase armor. Yeah, second phase. But still, he doesn't make a thing. He's like only talking. I thought, oh well, nice. They are going to fight, and C-3PO and R2 are going to help them or something.
Yeah.
But then they are like they show on the first minutes of the episode, and then begins to be really boring.
Yeah, I didn't really like those at all. I felt like, I mean, it was kind of weird. Like, it seems like it was kind of like Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings. Like, they fall down into that giant shaft, and then all of a sudden there's like walking trees that look a lot like the Lord of the Ring trees. And then you meet a lady that's like some magic fairy girl, and I don't know. To me, like the Star Wars films, there wasn't magic, there wasn't anything like crazy like that. It wasn't anything that crazy. It was all believable to a certain extent. Whereas in this is just plain crazy.
I think we're forgetting an episode. The one with General Grievous where he got his butt
Shadow
kicked.
Warrior episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good episode.
Awesome.
That was what it was. I'm looking at that one now, yeah.
But still it's a shame that that Gungan, what's the name of him? You know the Gungan that helped Jar Jar Binks on episode 1.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Is like I'm not dying. I'm sacrificing.
That was probably one of the best season 4 episodes. I think that was the best episode until we got into the Umbrara episodes.
Umbrara was awesome.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks that he sacrificed himself for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point that I wanted to talk about, because he's like, I'm not dying, I'm sacrificing for the Gungans, and then General Grievous go away. That's
right.
Really, they couldn't make it a little bit better, but
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And what about go ahead, Josh? Go ahead.
I was just gonna go up into the Umbara episodes. Is that what you were gonna do? Yep. I liked those episodes. I think they were really, really well made. I really liked seeing Krell. You know, just that really very, I'm trying to think of how to word it, but a very cruel Jedi Master who was, very harsh on his troops. And I was kind of upset at the end to see really who Krell was.
He was a Jedi/Sith apprentice.
I was hoping he was just going to be a cruel Jedi, and you were going to see that really the clones were mistreated. That's what I was hoping, that the clones were mistreated by their Jedi masters. You just didn't see that in the films, but you get to see that in the Clone Wars TV show. But that's not really what ended up happening.
I liked the episode, but still, Waxa died, that was a bit not nice, because you can see Waxa fighting. I expected to see other remember when Echo died? Yes.
Oh yeah.
When Echo died, he also died in vain, because he died and nothing happens. They escaped the same thing. With the ship or without the ship. That was a little bit that sucks.
But nowadays, now these newer episodes, the clones who are dying, they have more dramatic scenes. Because Echo, he just died without a doubt, just explosion without saying anything. But Hardcase, was that Hardcase? Yeah,
yes,
he died, and then he had that quote before he died. That was pretty dramatic. And then Waxer died, he had his last words before he died. That was pretty dramatic.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Or that Jedi that's fight on the Twilight world. He's live to fight another day, and then he died. That was really, really awesome.
That was, I loved that. Seeing him in who was that? Clone Captain Keeley?
Captain Keeley.
Yeah, Captain Keeley. That was beautiful. The episode, that episode was a little boring with all the, was it Jar Jar? Or maybe it was Bail Organa. Just all that senatorial stuff was kind of boring. But I really did like seeing Keeley and them, and that was pretty cool.
I hope to see the action figure from Keeley, because
I've been
really
waiting.
Like the design.
I've been wanting that since I saw that episode, but who knows?
Exactly
That would have been a great figure. I know.
Yeah, what do you think, Julius, about that episode?
I think it was a good episode. Pretty good.
Yeah. I think really with these new Clone Wars episodes you see all over YouTube, people are pretty upset that Waxer died and that Hardcase died, and everyone's like, oh no, these clones died and stuff like that, and they're all upset. I think that really just goes to show what a great job Dave Filoni is doing, whether or not we really realize it. Because the bottom line is, when you think about it, people are like, oh my gosh, no, that cartoon character that's not real, that's voiced by the same guy that voices all the other clone troopers, just died. You know, when you think about it, it's not really, it's just a cartoon character. That really goes to show what a great job Dave Filoni and the rest of the staff at Lucasfilm are doing, I think, overall.
Because it is, like you said, really is a cartoon drawing, and he died, and we are like, oh no, like a movie, we almost cried, you know, some people.
Yeah. No.
No. Like Darth Vader.
Oh, let's not talk about that. What'd you think about, I know, Julius, you only got through, like 20 minutes of the new, or the first of the new trilogy episodes, or whatever it is, of the Slaver episodes of Kidnapped, I believe it was, episode 11.
What did you think about that? I was just about to get done in the first episode. So far, it's a pretty good episode. I really liked how they added the Jedis. After, like, long episodes of clones, now you got to see more of the Jedi's action.
Right.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I liked it a lot,
You got to see more of Anakin's dark side in that episode.
Yeah, definitely. And in the next episode, the 12th episode, I don't think either of you have seen it. I just watched it. Won't spoil it for you guys, but you definitely get to see some of more just Anakin just turning a little bit, which is good, because we haven't seen that at all yet, and I really, you know, want to see him snap a little bit. But
I've seen the last...
Go ahead, Julius.
Oh, because I've seen the last, like, half hour, or I've seen the last half of the episode yesterday.
Right.
And all I saw was just the Jedi being whooped with, like, whips.
Yeah, they get a major butt whooping.
Yeah.
I have a question. What is the sometimes, some weeks, there is no episode? Is that normal? Or?
It's something with, I don't know why they do that, but I think it's just overall they have a certain deadline. They have to get 22 episodes out, starting at a certain date and ending a certain date. And the bottom line is there are weeks in there, or there's extra weeks they don't have, or there's more time than they need to get out all the episodes if they're, you know, doing one each week. So I think they just have to take breaks at certain points throughout the season.
Because I guess for like 2 weeks I was expecting a new episode, and I was on mastertunes.com, and I thought I saw where is the episode?
Yeah.
They remove it? Because sometimes I saw the episodes, and I think that they are the newest, and they are the for like a week ago or something.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot too, because I don't watch it on TV. I watch it on StarWars.com, so I don't ever know. I don't even pay attention to if there's an episode or not. Just on Saturday mornings, I look, and if it's not there, I'm kind of upset.
I can't see on StarWars.com because Germany has always copyrighted
and they copyright
that thing.
Yeah.
I hate that. Or sometimes on YouTube, the only country that is copyrighted is Germany, and I hate that.
I don't know why that is, but yeah. That is very weird. Well, I think we kind of talked about all the recent episodes. What about, have you guys gotten anything cool Star Wars collectible-wise lately? Anything you'd like to share?
I got the TIE Fighter from the Vintage Collection. It is so awesome.
Dude, that looks so cool. It's funny, I got the TIE Fighter Pilot, the new TIE Fighter Pilot last night. Those would go great together. But yeah, that vehicle looks cool.
For the TIE Fighter for like, since I am collecting pilots, I'm collecting everything, but from Star Wars, I mean.
Right.
But I need a TIE Fighter pilot, but I can't find it anywhere, and I can buy on eBay. That sucks. But I put just a Stormtrooper in there, but it doesn't look nice, you know.
Right.
And I also got another Star Wars, the Clone Wars Clone Trooper with the shield. That I guess he don't like to be on Germany. He is always saying, "I want to travel." Maybe
that's interesting. Oh yeah. Have you got anything, Julius, you'd like to share?
I've got 3 vintage figures from my eBay seller. I also got the R2-D2, the Return of the Jedi R2-D2, the one with the drinks, the waiter R2-D2. Yeah,
I really like that. That's a cool figure. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Last night I went to Walmart and I got the new Vintage Collection TIE Fighter pilot.
I also didn't find it, so yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Josh?
Last night, like I went to Walmart and I found the new TIE Fighter pilot from the Vintage Collection line. It's a repack figure, but it's still really cool. And I also found the Vintage Collection Slave Leia. The Princess Leia.
That's all freaking awesome.
Yeah. I knew. It's the Leia figure is cool. She's really small though. She's like very petite, but overall she is a cool figure.
Yeah.
But it's normal because she's always small. I have like the Princess Leia in Oath gear. She's is like the Ewok figure.
I know. I'm like, wow, this is really small.
Are you going to do a review on it?
Yeah, I'll get around to it. I have actually a couple I'm gonna do, but yeah.
Awesome! I can't wait to see. Those figures are like to me like impossible to get.
I know
because
I can't believe I found them at Walmart. I was like, whoa! I couldn't believe it. I also saw the Rebel Trooper variant, the African American version of I didn't get him because he is so similar to the other one, but I may get him in the future.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe for the carded collectors, because that is in the Revenge of the Jedi packaging, right?
Yep. So was the Slave Leia that I got. I opened her, but.
but still, I when I go to the store, I try to find the African American Rebel Ender Trooper because I want to have more.
Yeah.
Because I want to make a diorama on Endor diorama.
Right.
So, but I don't.
Yeah, that's definitely a figure I want to get in the future. I just didn't really have the money last night, but yeah.
That's exactly like me.
Yeah. Exactly.
With time we can get it.
Yep, with time. You just got to be patient. So, is there anything any of you guys, either of you, want to talk about before we wrap things up here?
I want to say another a little thing.
Yep.
I want to thank everyone that is tuning in and watching our videos. Like this is the second one. We have already a lot of subscribers and really nice comments on the last video.
Yeah.
Like a guy wrote a whole text there.
Let me pull him up and we'll give him a little bit of a shout out. Let me pull up.
That was amazing to do that. This channel is like to share it with all of you, but this is really means a lot to us because we are making this for fun and you guys support us really a lot. This is what I want to say. So thanks a lot for your support.
Definitely, and that guy that did those awesome comments in the past video was Royal D. Jamie. So go check out his channel. We'll put a link in the description box below. He's been very supportive as of our first video, so that was very cool of him.
As well, the other collectors, because he wrote their old text, but we also when someone watches our videos and makes like a nice comment, we are like jealous, not jealous, like really happy because this is a video that we did and they are like watching it and they are oh, that's really cool and so on. That makes push us to make another one.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really cool.
And it's always cool when you get to have a special guest on as well. That makes it even better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. So, anything else either of you guys want to talk about before we wrap things up?
I am fine.
All right. Julius, you have anything you want to say?
Just like to thank you guys, man. It's an honor being here. So thank you guys.
It's definitely been fun.
It's an honor being interviewed by you guys.
It's definitely been a lot of fun. And for those of you out there that are also listening, we're going to try to get some other people out there. Andre and I have been sort of discussing about who we're going to request or just ask to see if they'll, be interested in joining us on this podcast. Thankfully, Julius agreed immediately, so that was really cool, and he was a great way to kick off these new interviews. And hopefully we'll have more of you guys on the show in the future.
And I have, can I say a little thing, Josh?
No, you can't say it, Andre. Nope. Of course. Go ahead.
So, if you are interested on beyond a video a video like Julius did, please let a comment below, and we maybe will pick you up, like just to because we want to make more videos like this. Not every week, but maybe yes, maybe not. But yeah, it's every week is a surprise because we don't know exactly what we are going to do. So, but yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and just be aware. If you guys comment down below, go ahead and leave us a comment saying if you'd be interested. But be aware, we're not going to be accepting everybody, obviously. So be aware when you post that comment, you may or not be chosen to participate in the podcast. But no hard feelings there.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so Andre, or Julius, why don't you go ahead and say your final farewell, and Andre, you can wrap things up.
All right, okay.
Go ahead, Julius, say what you want.
Again, thank you guys for letting me in on this episode. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
All right, so Andre, why don't you go ahead and take him out.
Andre is here, and Josh also, Julius. We are always here for you guys, and thanks a lot for watching, for the support, and yeah, this was a really fun episode to make, and I hope you enjoyed. We also had really good fun with this. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So hope you enjoyed this video, and please rate, comment, and if you want, subscribe. So till next time, keep collecting. Peace.
Keep breathing, guys. Bye.